So I'm just gonna do a quick switchgrass update for a few folks that have been asking, and for the guys on Iowawhitetail that are checking their switchgrass right now. It's a hot, muggy, sweaty day, and I'm out checking this field I planted in March. So if you're not seeing any switchgrass right now, don't worry about it. It's June 30th today, so call about July 1st. Call it July 1. If you do not see switchgrass, do not worry about it. Two, no matter what you did, if you sprayed atrazine, gly, all this stuff, you're going to have some weeds that broke through. Probably dogbane, milkweed, crabgrass, poison ivy, all sorts of stuff. So it'll definitely get through there. Now, what I want to show you is some areas where I seeded it at different rates, and I also sprayed it at different rates. This field I didn't do ideally. I just sprayed it one time. I did gly, atrazine at the max rate, 2,4-D, and ammonium sulfate. So what you'll see in this field where there's a lot of weeds, there was a lot of residue on top where that atrazine could not hit the soil or get into the soil as well. And even if it does, you're still going to have stuff break through. So say it's July 1 today. This stuff is going to be still popping out. Some of it's not even up yet. And then you're going to see some stuff that's coming in really good. And that all has to do with the soil quality, the moisture, the residue, stuff like that. So just want to show you the difference. And then I'm going to show you these weeds and a few things you might do when you see this. So this is all switchgrass and these broadleafs out here. So there's milkweed. Milkweed. Pops through everything. Now, this right here, right there, is dogbane. And dogbane gets through everything. You'll see it in soybean fields. It's a pain. So we can hit this stuff, especially as we get closer to this waterway, where there's a lot more moisture and there's more residue in here. And I did not spray in the waterway, so all of a sudden, boom, it's just solid weeds, which is fine. I didn't spray the waterways. But you can either spray this stuff, so it's July 1, the switchgrass is just coming in, and you can spray this with 2,4-D. It's not labeled, so you can't do 2,4-D and atrazine, but you probably wouldn't even need to do that. Or you can just clip the tops of it off. And if it's not thick, all right, now we're getting into areas I sprayed. This is why I have a farm beater. So this is areas I sprayed again, and that's all switchgrass down in there that probably popped up in the last week or two. And again, I could hit this with 2,4-D, I could clip it once, or I can just let it go. Now, you can see here, I changed the seeding rate right here just to experiment. And this is gonna be really rare to see rows like this. I planted this in March, and it's coming in really nice. Again, there's dogbane in there. It's so sparse, and these are full-grown dogbane plants. I'm just gonna let them go. Next year, they'll be gone. This switchgrass right here is probably 8 to 10 inches tall. Some of it's 6, some of it's still popping up, and it's July 1st. Give me till August 15, and this will be probably close to chest high, and then next year it'll be above my head. So mark my words on that. I will post an update later for the guys at Iowawhitetail. Here's the spot I missed, and I'll fill in later. And then I ran the drill the other direction right here, so call this kind of an end row. And then I ran it that way. So coming in really good. Here's my waterway. If you're not seeing switch or big blue or Indian, do not worry about it right now. But I got this in with plenty of time for it to freeze thaw, so the seed could stratify. And I did put a bomb of herbicides on here. And like anything, you are going to have some things break through. And then your next question is, do you want to do 2,4-D? Do you want to do quinclorac and methylated seed oil, which is really good for foxtail and crabgrass? Or do you just want to clip it? These big broadleafs here, which are about full grown, with switch popping up below it. If you nip the tops of these off with a brush cutter, a batwing, something like that, would be just fine. In all reality, now they get sparse, this switch is going to blow right through it. So when I said a minute ago, this stuff will be waist high to chest high by August 15. It'll be above these plants anyway. So these don't concern me. I might go through here and spot spray or spot mow spots like this, where it gets a little thicker. And yeah, I might just spot spray or spot mow. But this switch is gonna overtake everything. And these broadleafs are not bad, where they get really, really tall. Your worst ones are gonna be like foxtail, which is obviously just an annual grass. That chokes stuff out. It turns into a carpet and chokes it out. But this switchgrass here, obviously, it's treated really well with herbicides. It's almost weed-free. I mean, very, very weed-free. And this clearly needs nothing. But this is really rare to see rows. If you see out there, see rows like that. Really rare to see that right now. So if you don't see it July 1st, give it till July 15, maybe even July 20 before you're worried about a failure or something going wrong. But right now this is looking good. We'll check back later when it's, yeah, I say it's chest tall, August 15. Mark my words. Thanks.